This is the message recap for Sunday, August 22nd. Our text was 2 Samuel chapter 7, the first 14 verses. The summary of David's life to this point in the story is the great things God has done for him. There's no denying that David would not be where he was if God had not been on his side. But now the text changes. There's a shifting from the great things God has done for David to the great things David wants to do for God. I suspect that for many of us, this is the flow of faith. It starts out, we started in our faith somewhere because we recognized the great things God did or wanted to do in our life, and we put our faith in Him. For those of us who've continued that faith, it's because we've seen the great things God continues to do. I do know, though, there are many people who haven't put faith in God because of the great things He hasn't done for them. I also know that there are those who maybe put faith and trust in Him before or once, but God didn't answer your prayer and you stopped. And I don't have a great answer, but I reminded us of the words that God spoke to Job in Job 38. Were you there when I stretched the skies and the heavens? Were you there when I told the waters, here's your boundaries? Were you there when I laid the foundations of the earth? Were you there when I created you in your womb and gave you what I gave you? Were you there when I protected you even though you didn't know you were being protected? And we recognize that even though God doesn't do all the things we want, that there's always a reason to recognize the great things God has done. And in response, we want to do something great for God. That's the only proper response of faith. But God says, don't do something great for me. Instead, go and do something great for someone who can't do something great for you. In David's case, it was his son Solomon who would build him the temple for God to dwell permanently. But a child can't do anything for a parent in return. A parent just does it out of love. Likewise, we the church are called then to go into the world and do great things for God and do it for people who can't do anything great in return for us. Jesus said in Matthew 25, whatever you do unto the least of these, you've done unto me. I asked you at the end of our service to identify one person, just one person this week that you need to reach out to, that you want to foster faith in. I challenged you to do something great for them. When we do something great for people in this world, it shows them who God is. But then, don't just show them, find a way to tell them of the great things God has done for you and the great things He wants to do for them. May we be the people of faith this week, New Life, and I know that you will. God's blessings on you. We'll see you next Sunday.